love this song. It's like, it makes you feel like, okay, I'm getting up, start my day. Checking the weather, talking to God, getting it together, putting on my clothes, brushing my teeth, washing my butt, and I'm driving. It's smooth. There's somebody getting in your lane, they texting, but you still vibing, because people can't drive, you know, you want to get your cruise on, you get a traffic jam, because everybody don't know how to get over when one lane is closed. Why haven't we still figured that out? But that's okay, the song is still vibing. I'm still vibing, yeah, I'm following you some speed, oh yeah, then you see a cop. Yeah, you gotta slow down, because they gotta hate on you. They gotta make their quota, but it's all good. You still grooving. It's one of them songs. It's like the day. The day is starting, and we're doing stuff because we're adults and we have responsibilities. And I'm just going through life like, da-dum, dum, dum, da-dum, da-dum. No matter what. Dum, 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 dum. I don't know what that means, but I love it. What's up, y'all? It's Thursday. It's Thursday, and we here. What did I do today? I am having an egregious moment because everyone teased me that I came back to correct that word because I don't know why that word looked like I'm not even gonna do it. It's egregious that I would even try to correct myself again. Because I know it's egregious, and I'm never going to get that wrong again, maybe. I'll get another word wrong, and it'll bug me so much that I might give up reading altogether, but I don't. Because I'm nosy, and I like to read the news, and I like to talk to y'all about what's going on in this crazy world. Today, anyway, I went to the gym and ate chicken and broccoli. Yeah, had a chill day, chores, just waiting on this inspection period to get through so we can finally say we got our house under full contract and then do the rest of the work. Yeah, this year is flying by. I don't need to tell anybody that. Yeah. But no, life is cool today. Nothing too major. Nothing that I was stressed about today because I am focusing on giving my trouble over to God because he cares for me. Romans 8:26 through 8. Well, paraphrase it, but it was like sometimes you pray, you don't know what you're praying for, but God hears your groaning and your moaning, and He knows. He knows, and it's gonna work out, so give it over to Him. So that's just really what I've been trying to do. I know I'm talking in my fancy radio lady voice. Enjoy it, because soon I'll be fumbling and stumbling over words, and I won't sound this smooth. Yeah. Let's get into this news. So TikTok's fate in the U.S. hangs in the balance. What would a sell mean? Would it mean that all these little people on this app, which I haven't been on TikTok, obviously, I've been on the TikTok stories you see are just what pops up via the news apps. But a lot of people will go broke because a lot of people make a lot of money off of TikTok. I don't know what that would mean. But I think the government wants some of y'all money. TikTok already takes half of your money. But I think Uncle Sam wants some too. The death of the transgender student Next Benedict is ruled a suicide by medical examiner, which I thought she got beat up. So I wonder why it's ruled a suicide. The 16-year-old who was transgender and used he and they pronouns, according to friends and family, died February 8th, a day after a fight at his school. His name has become a rallying cry among LGBTQ activists who argue that an onslaught of legislation targeting the community has made school less safe for queer and trans students. Said he faced bullying in school, got jumped on after he threw water on someone. that was bullying him, and then they ruled the result was not a result of trauma, but of suicide. So I thought it was due to the fight, but I guess not. Christy Brinkley says she's lucky for an early skin cancer diagnosis and reveals pics. Okay, that's a band-aid. Because Christy, you look like your whole head got crinkled up, girl. But she's doing good, y'all. Don't worry. More children have died in Gaza war and killed by conflict worldwide in 4 years. Florida man arrested after allegedly attacking a victim with a machete. I don't want to go back to jail. Well, you going back to jail, bro. I made almost $6,000 in 2 weeks doing nothing in a clinical trial. I was desperate to get out by the end, but I'll do it again. You know, people get paid during them clinical trials. Faith Larkham was a freshman at the university looking to make some cash. He signed up for a 2-week medical trial in the UK. She was in isolation of boredom, but the trial was worth the payout. Did some kind of blood test, and there they did a blood test, passed the screening. Then you had to do an isolation and get a lot of needles. I don't know. I mean, even though that's good money, I'm very leery of them clinical trials. She's a strong little lady. An 11-year-old girl calls 911 after her grandpa kills her grandma, 2 aunts through closed bedroom door. Oh my God, that poor baby. Johnny Brown, right, is accused of killing his longtime partner. See, don't get me on this, but her name is Quinn Coon. Quinn Coon. Quinqune. I'm messing that one up, so I'm not going to come back with a voiceover on this. But rest in peace to Miss Robinson and her 2 adult daughters, Denisha Sims and Winshay Roddy, at their home in Florida on March 12th. The 11-year-old called 911 at around 2 a.m. Tuesday to report a disturbance at her home in Lodi, which is roughly halfway between Jacksonville and Gainesville. There was screaming in the background, and the call got disconnected a couple of times. A dispatcher called a number back, and the girl answered. The dispatcher asked what was going on, and she needed help. She said, "Yes, come down." She said in a call obtained by Law and Crime, they located 3 women later identified as the 3. And out in the front yard, they encountered Johnny Brown, who had several cuts on his upper left arm. According to a probable cause arrest affidavit, he told detectives that he and Robinson were in an argument that turned physical. He said Sims and Roddy came at him with knives, and he grabbed a firearm and started firing at all three of the women. He said the women began running away, and he went mad and continued to fire at them. The girl, who was struck by a bullet shrapnel, later told investigators that Brown started hurting her grandma and 2 aunts and grandpa, and said they should have stayed out of it. Deputies found 3 knives in the bedroom. Sims held on to one in her right hand with her arms crossed across her chest in a defensive fashion and appeared to be hiding behind a chair. The affidavit said investigators also alleged that Brown fired through a closed and locked bedroom door from the outside room. Cops took Brown to the hospital to treat his injuries and later arrested him on 3 counts of second-degree murder and took him to the jail. Very sad situation. Very sad. I pray that little girl gets healing. This is a very sick, disgusting story. Utah parents accused of raping daughter 15, claiming it was safer than sex with strangers. A mother and stepfather from Utah were allegedly arrested for allegedly raping their 15-year-old daughter, claiming they wanted to teach her about intercourse because it was safer than her having sex with strangers. The teen called police Thursday and told them her father had been raping her for at least a year and a half. The couple, both in their 30s, allegedly admitted to the disturbing crimes during an interview with police, saying they believe it would be safer for the hurt than having sex with strangers. The daughter was allegedly first approached at age 14 by her parents with the proposition after her mother learned the victim was wanting to meet and have sex with strangers. The mother found online chats and Snapchats photos of the girls in sexual situations. Documents shows the parents bought sex toys for the girl and showed her how to use them on herself And then, whatever, the mother allegedly also told police that the girl only watched them have sex. About 2 months ago, the teenager reportedly approached her mother about a broken condom, and then the mother of 5 approached her husband. He did not have full intercourse with the victim. However, the father allegedly admitted to police that he had sex with the 15-year-old. When paramedics arrived at their home Thursday, the girl told authorities about the abuse, which she said her mother was aware of. Honestly, and that's what I'm saying, we're going after these school shooter parents, but we need to be going after these also sex abuse, child abuse parents, because if they knew, they need to go to jail. And I feel like there needs to be some kind of polygraph or something to find out, because this is no way all these mothers and fathers aren't knowing about this stuff. An Ohio woman went to pick up her stuff at her ex's home. She was found dead in the trunk of his car weeks later. Sad. She was last seen in 2021. She dropped her son off at school and said she was going to pick up her belongings. The two had dated but were broken up. She was never seen alive again. Davis's body was found weeks later on March 14th in the trunk of her car. Mack was then arrested. Davis' family members were present for the trial. They said they didn't have a lot of faith in the court system, but they got justice. Wish she would have just let that stuff go. The Boeing whistleblower's case could go up even though he's gone. So I hope he gets justice for calling him out. Valerie Bertinelli is in a relationship after her divorce. She got a new man. Putin says Trump wasn't happy with him in 2020 because he thought the Russian leader wanted Sleepy Joe to win. A 14-year-old was fatally stabbed in Ennis after middle school dismissal. A 14-year-old boy died after he was stabbed near his Missouri middle school. The incident happened at 3:05 on March 12th, about a block away from Jennings Junior High School in St. Louis County. The boy, identified as Justin Brooks, was found by school resources suffering life-threatening stab wound. Brooks lived about 2 blocks away from the school. So many kids killing kids at school. I mean, it's just sad. So this lady's calling out Dunkin' Donuts. Let's see what she's saying, if it's still on here.
They go at Dunkin'. Why is she wide open like that?
Okay. Girl. Bagel was kind of thin, but... couple is too broke to rent a car, so they rent a U-Haul instead. I mean, if it gotta get you where it gotta get you. North Korea's Kim Jong-un drives a new type of tank, doing drills and calls for efforts to prepare for war. I love seeing Kim Jong-un. Jimmy Barbecue, former cop turned gang leader, bringing Haiti to its knees. A barbecue man is grilling Haiti up. Haiti's Prime Minister Errol Henry said he was resigning and mounting international pressure after the gang violence was pushed on the brink of a civil war. He faced calls to resign. Heavily armed gangs have tried to seize control of Haiti's main international airport, exchanging gunfire with the police and the soldiers in the latest attack in the government sites. An explosion and violence has taken place in the country, including the whole prison thing. Jimmy Barbecue, former elite police officer who now runs a gang federation, has claimed responsibility for the surge in attacks. I guess Jimmy said he's taking over. He said barbecue mildew. I hope they figure it out over there in Haiti. They got so much stuff going on. These are the parents whose daughter suffocated on that beach. Distraught parents of 7-year-old girl suffocated and collapsed Sand Hole on beach says danger never crossed their mind and claim they are known as overprotective among their friends. I don't know what happened that day because both y'all kids got swallowed up. So, what happened? I don't know. It was strange. Oh no, overprotective and your kid getting swallowed up in a sand hole just kind of don't go hand in hand. But I'm not gonna judge them. They were there. It was just crazy that other people had to dig their kid out, but this Georgia woman was killed in a freak industrial accident after trying to get her head buzzed that fell under a conveyor belt. Yikes. So this sicko teacher, the teacher charged with raping a 12-year-old boy, appears pregnant in court after alleging in the call that he is the baby's father. But she got pregnant by this 12-year-old. Grand jury returned a 23-count indictment against Alyssa McCommon last week following a 7-month investigation and allegedly identified 21 potential victims. The charges relate to allegations stemming from five of those victims whose age from 12 to 17, rape of a child, aggravated statutory rape, sexual exploitation, solicitations, you get it. She entered the courtroom what appeared to be holding a baby bump, smiling in the video, but she did not speak during proceedings. Her case went to grand jury at first. The alleged victim, who is now 15, took the stand just weeks ago. After hearing from the teenager and 2 other witnesses, the judge rules that enough probable cause existed for all charges to be bound. Who's raising this baby while her butt is locked up? Took y'all 7 months to figure that lady was doing what she was doing. Egregious. I never need to say that after everything. Love is Blind. I just saw the reunion. That show. They did bring back some alumni that has successful marriages, but it's not that many. But yeah. Alright. Don Lemon reveals what may have spurred Elon Musk to cancel his deal with X. I guess his whole show that was supposed to come out on the X app got canceled because he said he made Elon mad. But I think Don got such a big payout for CNN. He's like, whatever. Let's see what else we got going on. So the missing college student that was booted from that bar surfaces on a surveillance video. Are they saying he's still alive? He's been missing since Friday. This is after getting asked to leave. He's in town last weekend, where cops say he got kicked out after being overserved. Strain reportedly told his friends he just walked 5 blocks to their hotel and meet them afterwards, but his buddy said he never turned up, having totally vanished. So he's on video walking home. Wonder if he fell in the water or something. I mean, I don't know. Says he's running, then he falls on his face. It appears he's under influence, which is why him going missing like this is even more horrifying. I just like when you kick people out of the bars, especially these young people on spring break, and I get it, but the fact that none of his friends decided to walk him home either is crazy. I know this stuff happens with these young kids on spring break, but it's kind of crazy. I hope this is a lesson to those to at least take some kind of buddy with you. Like, everybody just let him walk home by himself, and he entrusted him to walk home. So Leaving Neverland, the Michael Jackson biopic, ain't honest. Any creative freedom? What are they saying? Michael Jackson's biopic is already causing controversy. The film's creating promising an uncensored truth about Leaving Neverland. Here's the deal. The new MJ's film reportedly been touted in multiple releases with a focus on both his talent and his very human struggles. After all, Michael went through a very public criminal trial over them, so it would be hard not to, but also we portray him through the lens of innocence since he wasn't convicted back then. In a separate statement, Graham King said he didn't sanitize Michael's life one bit, instead working hard to present an unbiased picture of the king of pop. Well, Leaving Neverland director Dan Reed's not buying that, telling the outlet he's read a copy of the screenplay and it's basically an ode to MJ. The allegations of child sex abuse against Michael by Wade Robinson in their court case is still awaiting trial. Reed says the movie goes out of its way to show Michael interacting with kids in a positive way, and he even goes so far as to say it seems like Michael's former attorney John Branca, an executive producer on the film, sat and creative team down straight up told them what to write. I mean, I don't know. The man went to trial. They even took pictures of his junk, and they still couldn't convict him. I mean, I get that they're still trying, but I mean, what are y'all trying to gain from this? Especially since he has not ever been convicted. I mean, I know it's going to trial again, but Star Wars Anthony Daniels C-3PO head sold in an auction. My husband gets mad when I say CP3PO. Whatever. Aaron Rodgers and RFK Jr. didn't sink their blowhards, but still doing diligence. Where are they running to besides the bank? Wendy Williams is facing a federal tax lien for unpaid tax balance. Wendy is gone, so y'all might as well just let it go. The KC Chiefs Parade shooting, 3 men charged with federal gun charges. Investigation uncovered alleged illegal gun ring. Alright, let's see what else we've seen on this thing today. Michelle's little new boyfriend, 21-year-old, got her name tattooed on him. Breonna Taylor's mother, Senator Rand Paul, and Rep. Morgan Garvey reintroduced the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act. Hopefully that passes. So this alleged Atlanta cult leader is exposed and sentenced to life.
expose me in front of the women.
And it came crashing down when police caught up with Eligio Bishop. They call him Nature Boy.
I had to willingly engage in these sexual activities to keep myself safe.
Victims of his alleged sex cult are speaking out.
I was beaten, still strangled on multiple occasions.
They say once accepted, Bishop forced women to have sex with him. You had to change your name and give up all your money. But some members say it's all a lie.
We know he's innocent. We were there.
But a jury saw it differently. What it was really like being a member of Carbon Nation, and why they were told to believe that women are property of men.
The black man is God!
The black man is God!
The black man is God!
I'm leading by example. That's all I'm doing.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Nature, nudity, and kindness. Those are some of the key beliefs of Carbon Nation, a so-called cult that has captivated people online now for years, especially on YouTube, where members have gained popularity for their approach to holistic healing, traveling all over the world and recruiting disciples in the process. Members say their leader, their God, is Nature Boy. His real name is Eligio Bishop. He's a polygamist. He has several wives, and he often leads with spirituality. But one member says it's that same spirituality that's deep-rooted in a culture of violence, abuse, rape, and revenge porn. And it was all exposed when police and detectives, they raided a home in Decatur, Georgia, back in 2022.
Controls them and do what he says.
That's what neighbors told WSB TV in Atlanta, April 2022, when dozens of police officers, detectives, and a tactical team raided this home in Decatur, a suburb of Atlanta.
Lately, it's been turned into abuse from what the neighbors been complaining about.
Neighbors were right on the money. A 3-week-long investigation revealing something criminal was happening, and Eligio Bishop was allegedly at the center of it. The Shade Room got a copy of one criminal affidavit, one of many filed in DeKalb County. One woman, a former member of Carbon Nation, said she found explicit videos of herself on Twitter under the username The God. It goes on to say that Bishop posted videos of them having sex, and she attempted to leave the location after Mr. Bishop ordered other women in the house to strike her. She then told Bishop she wanted to leave multiple times and he would not allow her to. He began stating that she was his property and began pursuing her for sex. She told him no multiple times, but he kept pursuing and penetrated her vagina with his penis without her consent. She was unable to leave until the next morning when everyone was asleep. 2 days later, the explicit videos were then posted on Twitter. Eligio was arrested and charged with rape, false imprisonment, and 3 counts of prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. His trial would start nearly 2 years later, February 2024, and it was explosive.
Women couldn't wear shirts at one point in time, so we started putting leaves on our nipples. Every woman had to have sex with Nature Boy, or have some type of sexual fantasy with him. And a lot of times, when that would happen, it would be forced.
We're choosing not to reveal the victim's identity to protect their safety, but many of them went on to say that when you join Carbon Nation, you have to get rid of all your belongings, change your name, and put all of your money into a pot so everyone can feed themselves and travel. On these trips, they live a natural lifestyle, embracing the outdoors, but often at the expense of the country. Here's Nature Boy on a trip to Costa Rica in 2017 before he and 15 others were kicked out for allegedly endangering and threatening national security. In one instance, they were caught defecating on the bases of trees there. They were also forced to leave the Honduras, Panama, and Nicaragua for similar reasons.
Only the truth can recognize the truth. You see? So when you understand that, that's how you're not going to be able to be affected by demons. I urge everyone to do what I've done. This is how we will destroy the planet. Destroy the cancer on the planet. We will destroy the cancer. You can't fight fire with fire. A lot of people that think they don't understand what we're up against. We're fighting cancer here.
In recent years, their journey continued in Atlanta. Here's what Bishop told a detective the day he was arrested. It played out in court during his trial.
I have a video showing how we did it. You know what I'm saying? But she's echoing, like she's like literally going to the spiritual journey. It's a spiritual video, right? Showing that the vagina and the like, it was really like an educational thing, right? And so I had the whole footage, like literally, like, and when she left, she was mad, and she just kind of flipped on me and said,
He went further, calling himself a ladies' man.
I'm not a regular girl. I'm a ladies' man. I got like 5, 6 women. I'm a regular girl for it. They come to me.
Why would anybody give you that?
Because they want they mad at me.
And his Instagram account was active during the entire trial process, maintaining that the women involved were never forced into sex, but upset because of his polygamous lifestyle, even sharing video of some of the victims appearing normal in the house that they shared. One even had a child with him. But in the end, the jury wasn't buying it. On March 1st, 2024, Bishop was found guilty on all charges, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He wasn't in court for the verdict, but appeared on video conference and went toe-to-toe with the judge.
I'm not answering any questions of yours, Mr.
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I got nothing in my heart. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. I forgive you.
And despite all of it, Bishop's social media remains active, with his members and his wives posting videos about the case, expressing their concern. Take a listen.
With life without the possibility of parole, yeah, that was very, that was personal. That was definitely personal. That wasn't, somebody really seeking justice. That was some personal feelings. I feel like this whole time has been personal feelings from the alleged victim, from the detectives, from the judge, from the prosecutor.
The Shade Room did reach out, wanting to get their side of the story, but whoever manages Bishop's Instagram account, they declined an on-camera interview after we told them that we wanted to get both sides of the story. But they did send us a statement saying, in part, quote, that the individuals who are spreading lies for content clout and a check are being very dangerous in their actions. We have a lot of online haters who attack us on a daily basis. Our husband was just sentenced to life in prison without parole, and we only have interest in discussing the maliciousness of his case and not be associated with the drama that comes along with it. We're going through a lot, and everybody is just looking for content and views because his energy is powerful and want information out of us, but their hearts ain't right. We are the source. We live with these individuals who are going around defamation his character, and we know Eligio very well and this situation very well. So anyone interested in not only getting information from the source, but from the moths that trying to get close to the light, we're not interested. Our life is in danger right now. And they say they plan to file an appeal. For TSR Investigates.
They're arresting a lot of these so-called cult leaders. I mean, it's a lot of them. And I've seen a lot of them go to jail. And a lot of their wives just be sitting back. And, I mean, I don't know. The whole thing is crazy to me. I don't get it. Life in prison does seem a little excessive, but I don't know. I see so many other, listen, when the apocalypse happens, the first thing them wives is going to do is get their man out of jail. So y'all better be watching out for them sisters. I didn't even know Nicki Minaj had a sister. She's a rising music career. Interesting. Dr. Dre's gonna get his start Hollywood Walk of Fame star next to Snoop D-O Double Jizzle. Dollar Tree and Family Dollar closing 1,000 stores. When are they gonna give up the dollar names when it's already shown that they Everything in there costs more than $1. The House votes in favor of banning TikTok if China-based owner doesn't sell the company. Oh, it's coming down. Tyrese said he cannot pay his child support due to the strike and all that stuff. Beyonce's album is coming out. Follow up Act 2. Cowboy Carter or something. I'm sure I'll be listening to it because Beyonce sucked me in with her little sultry, sad song. Let's get over to these Reddits. What is something that is sexualized for no reason? What is it? Mobile game ads. Yeah, these mobile game ads, mobile games, period, they be so crazy, the stuff they have on there. It's like, what? Front load washers and dryers. I still never know how women got off on the spin cycle. How did you sit on that thing and it gave you pleasure? What kind of shaking is your machine doing? That just confused me. I don't get it. Little girls like Tyler's and Tiaras. Yeah, them little kid dancing shows and where they have to like dress up and stuff. Halloween costumes. M&Ms. They do have their legs out. Wearing your hair in pigtails, yeah. The Catholic skirts and stuff. The eggplant, yeah, the poor eggplant will never be the same. Cucumbers too, man. Pickles. Drinking water. Sucking a sucker. Eating a banana. Friendships between a man and a woman, yeah, those are hard to do. Can't eat a hot dog no more. You know, people got something to say. Breastfeeding. Yeah, for sure. For sure. What did your partner do that made you suddenly understand they weren't right for you? He gleefully told me about how he screamed at some teenager cashier at a restaurant because she accidentally double charged me. He told me it felt good to yell at someone who actually deserved it. Yeah, yelling at a kid. It wasn't my partner, but a friend. I was venting about my then boyfriend to a friend I didn't see too often when she stopped and asked me, do you even like him as a person? Would you be his friend if you weren't dating? We broke up shortly after that. It was an eye-opening question. Dating a woman for a year, the day she was to start moving in with me, she told me my cat had to go. Yeah. His mother slapped me so hard she broke my glasses. He just stood there and laughed and said I deserved it all because I didn't load the bloody dishwasher to her standards. Dang. I mean, that was grooming you and you failed, clearly. I mean, you missed all the red flags because I'm sure there were some red flags that came before you got slapped in that face over that dishwasher. I'm sure that there was some indication that his mother is way too involved in your relationship. Because, yeah, if she got to that, became abusive after our son was born, especially after going through IVF with donor sperm because he was sterile. It's kind of betrayal that I never expected. And my divorce was finalized. I see a lot of marriages get in trouble after IVF. IVF takes a toll on a lot of marriages. A lot of people saying abused, told me that I wasn't allowed to struggle when they were struggling because it invalidated their feelings. He was living with me at my parents' house when he fell in tough times. One day he was using my laptop to check emails and left for work. He didn't log out, so when I saw my computer, I saw he had emails from his new coworker who was a lesbian. Nothing crazy, just flirty emails of some selfies. Still staring at his inbox, I called him to confront him about it, and as soon as I started talking about my findings, I saw the emails disappearing one by one, probably deleting them from his phone at that moment. I realized I was parenting him instead of being with him. That happens a lot, man. I was working 2 jobs to get ahead. I was secretly trying to pay the house off in 7 years. I did. I wanted it to be a surprise. We had a rough patch, and I found out that she hadn't paid our property taxes in over a year. When I asked, I got vague responses. She decided to get a bunch of cosmetic dentistry done and buy some things that she just decided I should pay for without telling me. Just like, F you, I'm not going to pay anymore. We had bills and agreed. Then COVID hit. Over that year, many things I believed to be true were revealed as false or straight up lies. She accepted responsibility for nothing. It became glaringly obvious that I had married and had a child with someone who had completely misrepresented themselves and then had the tenacity to keep up with the ruse under the long scrutiny of confinement of COVID. So now I live downstairs in the mother-in-law suite, and we co-parent a teen as I prep to go my separate way, and I don't even know who she is anymore. Why do you want to pay your house? All I got is you paid your house off in 7 years. You worked 2 jobs for that? What if a tornado hit the house or something? I'm just curious about that. Alright. What's something you're a pro at but couldn't make a career in? I never attempted to be a rapper or a trapper because I feel like I could have been a good drug dealer, but then I hate what it does to the community, so I didn't go that route. And rap, I don't want to join the Illuminati, so I just stayed pure, and I was like, I'm going to work a 9 to 5 because they wasn't ready for me in the game. Anyway, I can tell you which movie or TV show you know that an extra is from. It's a party trick at this point. Man, you watch a lot of TV if you know that. I can always tell when it's raining. Morse code, I literally was a professional at it many years ago. Now it's just a hobby. I do not know Morse code, but if I hear tapping, it could be anything. It could be a bird. It could be raindrops. I wouldn't even know if it was a person tapping because there's so many sounds. Dressmaking. I'm 6'1", female, and had to teach myself dressmaking. My mom could have been an excellent baker. She never went into it, but she could have did it. Procrastinating. Repairing hydraulic cylinders. I'm fantastic at it. Just never got the customers. Playing a guitar. Clogging toilets. Being confused constantly. Photography. Parallel parking. I think I'm an excellent parallel parker now that I got a backup camera. Drawing and painting. Being deaf with working ears, my brain legit delays like a broken tablet for 2014. Napping, I wish I could be a professional napper. I used to back in the day. Somebody said I can smell infections on humans and animals. I can tell if they are internal or external. Interesting. Alright, since we're getting close to the end, let me catch some of the Am I the A-holes? Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to choose between me and his friend? Me, I'm 29, female. My husband, Alex, is 32. We have been happily married for 3 years. Alex has a very close friend, Rachel, whom he's known since college. Rachel has always been a part of Alex's life, and I've never had any issues with their friendship. Everything's changed recently. When Alex and I had a baby girl, I expected our lives to undergo major changes, but what I didn't anticipate was Rachel's continuous presence. The past few months, Rachel has been coming over to our house almost every weekend. She's there for hours, playing with our baby, offering parenting advice, essentially becoming a regular fixture in our home. I initially didn't mind the support, but it started to feel overwhelming. I wanted quality time with my husband and our child, and having a third person around constantly. When I tried to talk to Alex about it, he defended Rachel's presence, saying she was just trying to be a good friend. Last week, things came to a head when Rachel showed up unannounced on a Sunday morning while we were having family time. I tried to be patient, but I ended up losing my cool and told Rachel that I wanted some privacy with my husband and child. Alex got angry with me, accusing me of being ungrateful for Rachel's help. It turned into a big argument, and I felt like I was losing my own home. Eventually, Alex and Rachel went out, and I was left alone, feeling like the bad guy. P.S. She never had any kids of her own. Yeah, that, and you just had a baby, so you're already, like, hormonal, but she's, as a woman, should know better. Like, women, like, even the fact that you were mature enough to let your husband have this so-called friend, female, that's unheard of. And then she coming over all the time. I don't even like people over my house all the time. Every weekend, no. I need to not see you, like, let me miss you a little bit. So, definitely not the a-hole. Somebody said what's crazy is that he leaves with Rachel after that. Yeah, that was weird, super weird. That's like some Hannah Rock's Cradle stuff, girl. You better watch your back. Not the a-hole. My ex-husband had a best friend like this. She was in our wedding, hosted a baby shower, come to the hospital, etc. He wouldn't let her go no matter how much I begged. They eventually both left their spouses, got married as soon as the divorce was final, and had a baby together. Now they're getting a divorce. Yeah. I don't know about these female friends. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend after I found out he was active on a sexist website? I'm 23 and my boyfriend's 26, and we've been together for 8 months. Everything was fine in our relationship, and we rarely even had any disagreements. Saving him a lot overnight, but we don't live together. He has a PC, which he doesn't like me using often, which I assume because what I just found out. He was at work and I was sitting at his house and I decided to get on his PC. I had to Google something and I didn't notice he had some tabs open, which doesn't happen at all. Usually his history is clear. It was an incel forum and he almost had a 4chan open. He was still logged in to the incel and I swooped around his profile. He apparently had been an active user for a few years, and stuff I found talked about were disgusting. I really couldn't bring myself to look too deep because it scared me. I didn't confront him in person, so I just gathered my things and left. I thought for a while if I should even message him about it. I was too scared, but I decided to just send him that I don't want to continue the relationship because I found things that scare me on his PC. He spammed me with calls, messages saying that it's not bad and that he loves me and he's not sexist. What was he saying? I feel like, here's my honest opinion. I think a lot of men are sexist, and a lot of men hold women at different regards. You got the women that you like hold like your wife, your sister, your friends, but a lot of men do feel like they have their cliques now where they bash women, just like we bash men. So I just need to know what's he saying. Because this whole male bashing, female bashing thing is happening a lot lately. So I need to know what he was saying before I can make a judgment. Somebody said I'm not the a-hole. I'm glad you let him know that saying stuff like that wasn't right. Very sensible of you. Does he have any access to your house? No spare key. Am I the a-hole for thinking there's a hidden affair between my husband and best friend? I I posted this about a month ago regarding suspecting my husband and my best friend Maria sleeping together while I was drunk and passed out in another room. A lot happened during this month and my mental health is at its lowest to the betrayals. However, I think I know now what happened that night. I'm sorry for the long post. So the day after my husband and I stayed in Maria's house for her birthday party, I was unable to shake the feeling that something happened between them. I'm not proud, but I checked my husband's phone and all of his messaging apps. I only found a brief chat between my husband and Maria on Facebook Messenger. Maria thanked my husband for coming to her party and for such a great night. She sent him a photo of them hugging at the end of the night after I was asleep. My husband told Maria that I had suspected something happened between them and I asked her to talk to me. Maria told him that she would talk to me. Maria called me the next day and told me that I was crazy, that she would never think of doing something to me. She sounded convincing, but I just couldn't shake the gut feeling that something happened. I told her why I suspected him and she called me crazy, that my head was making up stuff. I also mentioned that I saw her photo with my husband after I was asleep and she should have kept her distance from him. I decided to distance myself from her as I no longer trusted her as a friend. We also changed the times we went to the gym so that we don't run into her. After a week or so, she messaged my husband on Facebook Messenger that they should tell me the whole truth. Ooh. My husband kept on asking her what she was talking about, but she kept on telling him that she felt guilty. My husband came to me and told me that Maria sent a message to him and he is not sure what she is referring to. He kept on assuring me that nothing happened between them that night. I told him that I read their secret chats on Facebook Messenger. He gaslighted me, calling me insecure, and that Maria was trying to play with my head. I finally decided to go to Maria's house and ask her what was going on. Maria initially kept on saying that she did not want to talk about it. However, finally she broke down and told me what happened. She told me that during the night of the birthday party, my husband kept on staring at her. After they realized I was too drunk, he took me to the bedroom and again went back to the living room. At this point, he was sitting next to Maria and kept on touching her legs playfully. Maria was also very drunk and they decided to call it a night in 30 minutes. Maria said that my husband followed her to her room and he started undressing her and they were intimate together. She told me that she was too drunk to consent to anything and felt like he sexually assaulted her. She kept quiet to keep peace, but it was bugging her from the inside. I asked her if she was sure she was too drunk that night, and she said that although she was drunk, she remembers all the details. I confronted my husband, but he still kept on telling me that what he was telling was the truth, and Maria never liked him and was playing me for a fool. He was so angry at me that he left the house and currently living in a hotel nearby. He keeps on calling me, asking me to trust him, but I don't know how I can trust him now. I never expected him to do such a thing. Maria has also been trying to talk to me and asking me to be there to support her. However, I do not know if I can look at either one of them. I'm just going to try and cope with the situation and plan to go live with my parents for a few days until my husband and I agree about our future. I know you all thought I was crazy in the previous post, but I knew in my gut that something was wrong and never expected my life to suddenly come to this point. This is a whole sticky situation, but your friend and your husband's in the wrong, but your friend is to me more the wrong because that's against every girl code in the book. And it ain't that much drunkenness in the world. If you're my friend's man, don't even look at me. Don't even hug me. I'm gonna give you a fist bump. Like, there's just boundaries that you just don't cross. And your friend is wrong. Your husband is wrong. They both liars because she lied and said she didn't do nothing. Then she come and say this. I don't know. If you want to salvage your marriage, y'all need some counseling. And the friend, she gotta go. Because now she's saying your husband raped her at this point. I really don't think the marriage is salvageable, for real. Make him take a lie detector test, like a really good one. I don't even know if those are trustworthy, but just wake up one morning, make sure he doesn't take aspirin or nothing that you could cheat him. Make him take a lie detector test. If you don't believe, make both of them if they want to tell the truth. It's just all crazy, the whole story. Somebody said, if you're looking for some honesty, have you noticed that your friend's version of the story just so happens to make your husband look like the bad guy and her completely innocent after messaging that they should come clean? Yeah, I mean, the friend lied. To me, the whole thing is crazy. Girl, I'm a victim of sexual assault, so hear from me. It honestly sounds like your husband didn't do anything. He's not acting like a cheating husband. Sounds to me Maria wants your husband. It would be hard to trust both of them fools. Maria messaged her husband, thanking him for coming and sent a pic of them hugging after she felt he sexually assaulted her. That doesn't sound right. The whole thing sounds sketchy. Wouldn't want to be you, but you and Maria's friendship should definitely be over. Just like this segment in the podcast is over for now. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all. And guess what? Tomorrow will be Friday. My day. Your day. Let's get through this week. Y'all stay blessed up and covered. Continue to pray and just know that God will intercede on your behalf. You don't have to worry. Stay up, y'all.